Okay, good morning everyone. Okay, I am actually, it is 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm actually going for my morning walk. And yeah, today I'm going to talk about a few things actually. I just finished my swimming class and now I'm going to give you an update about yesterday's trading day, and it's kind of like a reflection and a vlog about what actually happened, so that there are things that I did correct and wrong, which I feel proud of and not so proud of, but I feel that both are actually good learning opportunities. Okay, the good stuff reinforces what I've been doing. The mistakes I made, again, is a learning point. Okay, you win or you learn. Okay, so again, yesterday, let's recap about yesterday's stuff. Okay, so what happened yesterday? Okay, I cut my positions in BBBY. Okay, and it was up like quite a bit actually. It was up until $27. Okay, I didn't really alert you guys on this trade because I wasn't super highly convicted about this trade itself, because okay, so for me, trading stocks, right, or swing trades, there are low conviction, mid conviction, and high conviction. Okay, I would never recommend a stock that is actually low conviction. That means I had some thesis behind it, and I feel the technicals are pretty good, but the fundamentals are not super good for me to back it up. Because if I make any mistake, right, and sometimes the mistakes is quite out of our control because it's the markets, right? Okay, so if I make a mistake in calling it out, okay, the technical setup and everything could be perfect, but just something fundamentally wrong with the company, or bad news that comes out that crashes the company, right? My mistake per se will actually be amplified by the amount of viewers, okay, or people who actually bought in upon hearing my video or seeing my video, and I don't think I can actually bear the burden of anyhow recommending companies that is quite low conviction. That means it's just based on purely technicals and based on purely setup wise a good trade. So yeah, so these are my low conviction. So actually BBBY was like a semi-low conviction. I feel like the short squeeze was actually coming up very quickly, but I didn't really want to recommend it because it's not really very high conviction. Okay, that's it for that part. And if you really want to get a notification of my low conviction trades per se, okay, then do comment down in the sections below. Maybe next time I'll make a video about it. I'll actually just alert you guys a little bit. But sometimes I don't want to really do that because, as I say, always do your own due diligence, okay? And I know some of you don't really do that, okay? They just blindly buy into stuff that people think about, okay? Never, take people's words at face value, okay? You must always think about it, okay? Go and form your own thesis about it, okay? And I always say this is not financial advice, but oh god damn it, guys, okay? But yes, okay, so yeah, so let's give an update about yesterday's stuff and some of the moves that I've been doing yesterday, okay? So firstly, I've been start to increasing my positions in specs lately. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But there's actually two main plays or two non-spec plays that I actually did yesterday, and as well as three spec plays that I actually did yesterday. So there's a few that I'm going to name drop out there. Since it's like a vlog, right, I'm not going to jump straight into the details, like the fundamentals and everything. Okay, any questions you can ask me in the comment sections below. Then I'll maybe make a separate video about it. Okay, but two trades that I did yesterday was, okay, firstly, I bought into Facebook. Okay, Facebook, right? After all the bonanza about the antitrust lawsuits and a lot of things, right? And recently, since they banned certain people from talking about stuff on their internet, right? And they've just been taking a beating after beating from, like, I won't say this is non-fundamental news because the antitrust lawsuit can actually cause some damage per se, but all these doesn't really affect the company's bottom line or the business, okay, or top line. That means their revenue, advertisements and everything. Okay, maybe affects a little bit, but not enough to warranty such a huge steep drop from 280s to around 240s right now. Okay, this is quite a big drop for quite a mega cap company like Facebook, and especially such a blue chip company like Facebook. Okay, so as everybody knows, Facebook is like the cash king, okay, the securities cash king, okay, their cash equivalents and their assets, right, are immense, okay, and this company is going to be a monster growing into the future years, and I can see this drop being very, very, very temporary. Okay, it's more about the fear sentiment. So people who are wanting to go have some exposure in the big cap stocks, right, like me, right, okay, I want to have a bit more exposure in the big cap stocks, although I feel like most big cap stocks now are a bit overvalued, but Facebook, I feel, is one of the more undervalued, overvalued big cap stocks. Okay, if that makes any sense. Okay, but yes. So Facebook at 245. Really, I would start adding and building my positions quite heavily because I would say it's a very safe hedge in case of any huge bubble that's forming. Okay, so because after all, I can see Facebook surviving through almost any huge crash, any huge pandemic because it's just so resilient and business proof, right? And I don't see it going under. So I can safely put my money in. And why I'm buying at 245 is because 245 is an area of a very strong support I can see. Okay, and it's been verified by two different areas where it's been supporting the area very strongly. So I can see very low chance of it breaking down, but I'm saving a little bit of cash just in case it really breaks down to the downside. So I'm heavily adding Facebook on 245 because I can see it rebounding in the future. Okay, and next, okay, I'm gonna talk about another stock that I've been actually getting into, and that stock is actually BLI, which is Berkeley Lights. Okay, Berkeley Lights, okay, I see is a genomic company. Okay, I maybe I'll make a separate video about it, but it's recently doing some testing, some trials, and they have a pretty okay business model. And I can see this is more, I would say, a bit more speculative, but not super speculative. Okay, but it's a little bit more on the speculative side. And this company, just for your information, is also in ArcG's one of ArcG's holdings that they've been adding recently. And after the huge drop because of the pipeline, the shareholder dilution, right? They dropped from its all-time highs to its $90 down to right now it's around $85. Okay, and if you look at its technicals, right, it is actually closing quite strongly above this $85 level line, which is following this nice little channel upwards. Okay, this nice little channel upwards, which is like a huge trend line channeling upwards. So it keeps rebounding around this area, up down, up down, up down, up down. So maybe I'll flash a chart over here, then you can see what I'm talking about. But yes, it has been flashing, has been going up, down, up, down, up, down. So if you can actually trade this volatility, right, it'll be actually a pretty good trade of like 15 to 20% increase if you're able to trade this. So firstly, I fundamentally think it's pretty okay, not bad. So I'll feel more safe in holding this overnight. And right now, at $85, okay, I can see the area of value is trading near the lows of the trend line. So if it breaks below that, then I might actually set a stop loss around $80, $79, where if it breaks down to the downside, I will just cut the position. Okay, and yeah, that's for the two main plays. And right now I'm not going to talk about the three specs that I've been actually looking at. Actually, you know what? I'll throw in four. Okay, 4 specs. Okay, so most of these specs have not found a merger target yet. There's been a lot of rumors flying around, and why am I going heavily on these specs? Okay, firstly, these specs, most of them are trading around $11. Okay, $11.30. Okay, some of them actually popped up yesterday. Okay, I regret not actually informing you guys earlier because again, my thesis wasn't really confirmed yet, so I don't really want to anyhow recommend stuff to you guys. But yes, so this is for entertainment purposes only. So I'm going to talk about why am I going through these 4 specs? Okay, so these 4 specs are actually first VGAC, okay, merger with supposedly Hyperloop. Okay, I can see getting very hyped up in the coming days, and going to it now is pretty good. The second one I'm going to talk about is actually BTAQ. This is a merger with maybe REE or BlockFi. So crypto is the big thing right now, right? So FUSC and BTAQ, both contenders of BlockFi merger. So 3 specs already: VGAC, BTAQ, as well as FUSE. So I'm actually buying into these quite heavily. Okay, and using some of my cash positions to buy into this. And lastly, I'm going to throw in an extra one, which is SEAH. SEAH is a company that's around $10.69. Okay, significantly lesser downside, and is supposedly going to be merged with a sports betting company or something sports related. Okay, and if it actually does come true, I can actually see it going massively, going up to $13, $14, $15, easy 50% pop. But the thing about this kind of specs, it is you have to gotta be patient. Okay, gotta be patient with these specs. So the good thing about these specs is minimal downside. Okay, and yeah, but however, there's also downside as well. Firstly, takes time, a lot of time. You gotta be patient with them. Secondly, right, it's more about the opportunity cost that you take when you are actually putting your money in these specs. Because if the spec is not popping, you could have been using this money to buy into something else, to have actually gained somewhere else. So there's actually opportunity cost into buying these specs. It's not completely like oh, everything's all good and friendly, right? So but however, okay, now I'm going to form a thesis for you. Is I'm going to use my cash positions. Remember I said I'm going quite heavy on cash for 2021 because you never know what's going to happen and everybody's on edge now. But I'm not going to ask you to pull everything out of the markets because that's just stupid to do so, because just leave cash on hand just in case of any corrections. You're able to take advantage of the corrections and the dips. Okay, and right now I'm keeping around 25% cash, but however, okay, I'm actually moving around maybe 5%, okay, 5% of my cash positions into these kind of specs. Because why? The thing about this kind of specs, okay, you can use it as like a storage or like a bank account storage, because the minimal downside or the worst you can go, I think, is $10. Okay, if it really is that bad, okay, $9.50. Okay, there is a cap to where it can actually drop because of the funds held in trust, right? It's worth around $10. You can redeem it in exchange for $10. So the floor is around 10, $9.50 is $10. So in any case of market correction, everything falls, right? I can see it not falling below $10. So if the company is buying around $11, right, the max it can fall is around 10%. Okay, compared to any other stock out there which is subjected to 50% losses, 60% losses in when a market actually crashes. So when a market actually crashes, right, these 10% losses, right, I'll take it. I'll actually cash out. Take my losses on these specs and actually put it into companies that I really like, that are actually dropping up massively, like 50%, 60%, that their valuations are coming down massively and they become so cheap. And I'll actually take the money out of these specs and put it into those. So in a sense, it is like a bank account storage for me, these specs, right? A bank storage account, but with potential, for it popping to the upside. Because you never know when the announced date will come, the announced mergers will come, and when it does, it really does hop up massively. And okay, just a little side story over here, right? Okay, and in a sense, one of my biggest regrets, okay, was ACTC, okay, ArcLight. Okay, I was actually looking at this company for so long. Okay, I was like, should I actually put some of my money into this? I was looking at it when it was $10.40. Okay, lowest downside, but I was still not really convinced, because this company, although it's going for something in the green energy sector, I feel like it's probably going to take a while, to find a merger. Probably in February or something. So I'm not going to take my time on it. And yes, you probably know what happened. Okay, suddenly it just popped up. It says, I'm going to merge with Proterra, which is an EV bus company. Then it's currently now at $24. So it's at I could have made 130% gains in just by putting my cash in there. So yes, semi regrets over there, but okay, we can all learn from this. Yes, we can all learn from this. Okay, so yeah, so this is just one of the opportunities that I can feel that you might want to take into account, that you may want to do that. Okay, but however, I would say, okay, please don't go all in on these specs as well. Don't put all 25% of your cash equivalents, right, your free cash into specs, because if a 25% is $25,000, right, then 10% loss will actually be 2.5K. So that's quite a massive amount as well. So do keep some liquid cash, like maybe around 15% at least, still around. But if you wish to put some of your cash to good use in these specs, that's what I will personally do. Okay, I hope this really entertained you. It's an entertaining video, okay? And I really like doing this kind of daily kind of vlogs to update you on stuff. And yeah, I think it's quite fun. So drop down in the comment section below whether you feel like this is actually a good series that you want to continue watching. And yes, subscribe to this channel, for more nice scenery like this. Okay, nice scenery like this, nice beautiful sound of my voice, and drop a like if you really enjoyed the video, okay? And I hope you have a nice trading day and stock is stayed up. I do hope you enjoyed today's vlog, and yeah, today's vlog will be the first of the series where I update you on my normal plans and stuff, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go.